6 up-and-coming brokers, 6 ambitious candidates, all with one aim: to be crowned Broker Apprentice 2017. It is time for the 6 contestants to meet up once again with AXA Insurance CEO Brendan McCafferty.
So welcome back. It's good to see you again. The next thing that's going to happen is that you and I will get to spend one-to-one time together. I'm going to interview you. I'm going to find out more about you so that we can decide who the winner of Broker Apprentice 2017 is. And I wish you all the very best of luck.
What will Brendan be looking for as he ponders who should be crowned the champion?
Well, the judges are really clear that this is a quality group of people, that this is going to be a tough decision to make. We have people that have got lots of experience in different parts of our industry and commercial, others from the personal lines side, bigger and smaller brokers. But actually it's probably quite finely balanced. Making this decision isn't going to be easy. We're going to have to use the interview process to really draw people out and get under the skin of what makes them tick.
As the interviews begin, who do the apprentices think should win?
I feel Katie has got a lot of potential to win it.
Luke Perkins.
Taller Luke.
I think Katie's got a good chance.
Luke.
The other Luke.
The first apprentice for the final challenge is Chloe Murray.
She's incredibly innovative, willing to think a little bit differently. She had a cost proposal in one of the tasks that I worked with her on, which was very different to everybody else. And I think if you're looking at a potential broker for the future, I think she had the mindset that would think she would be able to run her business and do so innovatively.
Chloe, I'm going to start by asking you, tell me, why did you apply for Broker Apprentice?
I always want to be the best that I can be, so I thought applying, it would give me a great chance to kind of improve in my own skills. But mainly I really want to push myself as far as I can go and give myself new challenges.
What task really gave you the best opportunity to show your talents?
The brewery task, I really enjoyed it. It's not something that I do every day. So I think in that perspective it was good because you could see that I was being thrown into something that was challenging for me. But I think in that task I did quite well. Was there any point at all during the whole experience where you thought, looking back at it, you should have pushed yourself harder? Maybe in the cooking challenge I could have maybe tried to step in maybe as like a more leadership role in that, because I felt at the end, we kind of rushed for time. What would you say would be the key thing that you've learnt? I think it would be to not be, not scared is not the right word, but take on board any challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis, whether that's a customer or queries that you have or something like that. Just take it on board and challenge yourself as well.
Peter Marizana has his chance to meet with Brendan.
So Peter came in a bit of a disadvantage because he came from healthcare into commercial world, industrial plant. Initially stood back, but then started to ask real intelligent questions, understand it. For me, he started looking at a bit the wider proposition for the customer, looking at healthcare and what healthcare could deliver into the workplace. So I was impressed with that. If you go back to when you first met your fellow apprentices, what did you think of them when you first met them?
First impressions, very well dressed. Some individuals were more corporate than sort of individual general insurance, and my overall impression was that those who deal on a corporate level would be better placed within the competition to actually win it. What was the moment where you felt during this entire process you had a chance to shine? I'd probably say at my best would probably be the interview, because it's a chance to sit one-on-one and actually have a conversation, which is what I do on a day-to-day basis. And do you think there's a point at which, when you look back, you thought to yourself, I wish I'd pushed myself harder? If I'm 100% genuine, the presentation which we did, I went to university and studied business and marketing. It's literally something I can do off the bat. Totally forgot about that and started focusing on learning about the product, which I knew nothing about, and I spent a considerable amount of time learning the product instead of focusing on my strengths which already existed.
Next to be interviewed is Ryan Ruffman.
Ryan, when he came into the show, we had high expectations for him and he has delivered. He's got a good grounding in commercial insurance and he's used his knowledge and his experience and his expertise very well. He's also been very generous sharing with his time with the rest of his teammates, both in terms of when he knows he doesn't have the best answers, letting other people come to the front, but also when he's got the most experience, sharing that sort of proactively without forcing his views upon anyone. So he's had a strong competition and very steady and very sensible guy.
Why did you apply to be part of Broker Apprentice 2017?
I just thought it was a great opportunity to get out of the ordinary from behind the desk, get out there and try something new basically. Put myself out of my comfort zone, I think, because it's completely different to what I would do day to day. So yeah, I just wanted to push myself, really, is the honest answer.
Were there any moments or times that you look back on now during this experience where you'd wished you'd pushed yourself harder?
Yeah, definitely. The brewery task, I wish I'd not pushed myself harder, because I was pushing myself during the task. It's not that I wasn't pushing myself, but I just wasn't overly pleased with my performance. So afterwards, obviously, you do a bit of introspection and you maybe think about things too much, but no, I would have probably preferred to have done slightly better on that one.
Do you think there's any task that you look at in the round and think, well, I wish we'd all approached that differently?
I don't think certainly the food task, there was nothing that we could have approached differently, because ultimately, you know, we won that. So quite pleased with that. In the round, the brewery task, if we'd had a more joined up approach to begin with for, you know, spotting the risk management features, we may have done better. I think we all sort of approached it individually, which maybe wasn't, you know, the idea of the task, but I would have changed that probably if we did.
Luke Abbott's Derbyshire faces his one-to-one grilling.
Luke is very keen, he's very eager. That's not to say he isn't thoughtful, because he does go away and consider what he did and why he did it. But he's a bubbly one who comes to the front quite easily. He needs perhaps to do a bit more about being the whole well-rounded business person, but he's got an awful lot of strengths and he'd make a quite rightful winner of Broker Apprentice 2017.
What aspect of the whole thing has given you the best opportunity to showcase your talent?
The food preparation for the offices. I understood that obviously for me cooking isn't my strongest point. I highlighted that and I said, look, I'm happy to be a doer, not a thinker in this case, in terms of the actual physical preparation of the food.
Tell me, when do you think you could have pushed yourself harder?
In all honesty, I don't feel like I could have. I feel like I gave every task my complete attention and full ability in what I could do.
So if you had to do it all again,
yeah,
what would you do differently?
I would take a step back and look at a slightly bigger picture, especially with the presentation task. I feel I focused too much on the insurance aspect of it, realising it was a marketing campaign as well as a knowledge-based task.
What do you think you're going to take back into your role at work on a day-to-day basis?
Having these tasks, having to present in front of people, having the cameras about, having very senior members of insurance companies around, puts you in that position where actual smaller problems or smaller issues back at the office won't seem like such a big deal.
Luke Perkins is the penultimate contestant in the hot seat.
Luke came into the task. It was a complicated task for all the apprentices, but he understood the brief. He helped others, he asked very intelligent questions and presented back really well with really concise answers. Difficult answers to come back with, but made them understandable.
Can you first tell me why you applied to be part of Broker Apprentice?
Yeah, so for me it was more about testing myself a little bit, putting myself in uncomfortable situations to kind of find out a bit more. And the main thing, I want to find out what it is you're looking for and then find out if I've got it as well.
What moment gave you the best opportunity to show how good you are?
Probably the Fuller's one in terms of before the presentation side, about how we went through it, and they said I'm not really sure what we're looking for, what we should be doing, so I gave them a full run through of the type of considerations we should be looking at when walking around risks. I'm a bit more experienced in that.
What's the key learning or learnings that you're going to take back to your day-to-day work environment with you?
I've got a lot of work to do still. I know that this is where I want to be, this is the career I want to be in, but looking back I think I need to do more things that make me uncomfortable and chuck me out into the unknown a little bit. I think sometimes it's easy to get comfortable in your day-to-day work and go through the processes, but looking back at this, I need to put myself forward for more challenging tasks.
Katie has the final opportunity to impress the AXA leader.
It's amazing actually how well she's done. She's only been in the business for 2 months and she managed to get through into the Apprentice. I think the way I observed her was somebody who put in the effort put in the time, was quite nervous when she was giving our presentation to me, but was the one that was clearly had the balance between the proposition and the marketing. She had stuck to the brief and delivered.
When have you had the chance to really shine and be the best you can be and show your talents during this process?
So when we did the catering task, it wasn't intentional, it wasn't really planned, but I almost took the project managing kind of role with our team, and the other guys, like, bless them, they were a bit out of their comfort zone with like the cooking and the being in the kitchen, but I think I led them quite well.
Tell me, what did you think of your fellow apprentices when you met them?
Oh, I really like them. They're so nice, such a great group of people. Yeah, you can understand how they've all got here. Like, they're brilliant. They know what they're doing. You know, they've worked hard, all of them.
When could you have pushed yourself harder?
When we went to the Fuller's Brewery, that was something that I was really, really nervous. Like, we were given a task to do the presentation, and it was something like risk management and a commercial product, a commercial like environment. And I'd never done anything like it. I'd never been exposed to anything like that. But looking back, I wish I'd asked Doug or Dougie before we even looked around the brewery and just hold my hands up and say, look, I'm not in the most ideal position. Can you just steer me in the right direction? But I tried to do it off my own back, and I wish I'd have asked for help.
Thank you guys, that's a really helpful conversation. It is decision time now. I need to decide who the winner of the 2017 Broker Apprentice is going to be. Thanks very much.
While Brendan makes his final decision, the apprentices have gathered in AXA's reception. The wait is nearly over, and the apprentices enter the room for the final time to hear who is crowned Broker Apprentice 2017.
We're here because it's decision time. I want to say before I announce the winner that you've all done phenomenally well. I was really impressed with the feedback I got from the judges about each of you, and I really enjoyed our conversations too. You've all been phenomenal candidates. Well done, congratulations. It's time now to tell you who the winner is. Luke Perkins.
The team and judges celebrate Luke Perkins' triumph. What does winning the prestigious accolade mean to Luke?
When my name was read out, it was absolutely amazing to know that someone like Brendan rates what skills I have and thinks that I've done a good job, and to be acknowledged by someone like that is absolutely amazing, and to be against the other guys who have got lots of skill about them, it's really, really a nice feeling to win the competition.
Well, in the end, it was Luke's roundedness. It was the ability to both technically deal with any aspects of the question or challenge in front of him, but also do it in an elegant way, in a way that appealed and showed his personality. That's what shone through in the end, and that's what captured everybody's determination that he was the right guy to win.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest that people would apply. If you're thinking that it's not for you, it probably is, because you'll learn a lot about yourself, and it's definitely something to have against your name that you've been a part of it, and you'll learn a lot across the process.
After 4 challenges of preparing a street food stall, risk management at Fuller's Brewery, delivering a real estate marketing pitch and one-to-one interviews, it is congratulations to Luke Perkins of BHIB Insurance, the winner of Broker Apprentice 2017.